Hello, my fourth grade mathematicians. I'm so sorry I can't be with you today, but we are going to continue with our lesson 2 of module 3. But first, we're going to do our positive affirmation. So once I say it, I want you to repeat it. Are you ready? And actually, I'm going to do that second set that we did on Friday. All right, here we go. I will embrace the challenge. I will have a positive attitude. I can grow my brain, and I am capable of learning new things. All right, and the only way to learn mathematics is to, I hope you said do mathematics. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. Friday, we focused on division, and so actually today, we're going to focus on multiplication, multiplying multiples of tens, hundreds, and thousands. So we're going to get started real quick here. With just a quick warm-up with multiplying ones and tens. So if I were to ask you what 3 times 4 ones were, what would you say? Well, I hope that you said 12. So 3 times 4 ones equals 12. Now, if I were to ask you to use that equation to solve 3 times 4 tens, what would you say? I'm not in the picture. There we go. Well, it would be 12 tens, but what would be the value of 12 tens? 120. So 3 times 40 would equal 120. So very similar to what we did on Friday with division, we are now doing with multiplication. So let's go a little bit deeper here. We'll come back to those. So I'm going through the slides. All right. So what I want you to do is take just a moment, and I want you to solve those 4 equations. Okay, I want whoever's in here, it may be Miss Puckett, it may be Miss Melendez, but if you don't mind to pause the video. All right, so I hope you had a chance to solve those problems. Okay, so we're going to start with 6 times 2 ones. So if I have 6 times 2 ones, I would have 12 ones. Okay, so we're writing this in unit form before we put it in standard form. That way we can see the relationship between multiplying 1, tens, hundreds, and thousands. All right, so if I have 6 times 2 tens, well, that means I'm going to have 12 tens. And the value of 12 tens is 120. All right, 6 times 2 hundreds, well, 6 times 2 is 12, so I'm going to have 12 hundreds. So 12 hundreds, the value of 12 hundreds is 1,200, or sometimes people say 12 hundreds. All right, and 6 times 2 thousands, that means I would have 12 thousands. And the value of 12 thousands is 12,000. Okay, do you see the relationship between 6 times 2 ones with these other equations? All right, let's see. Let's keep going here. All right, you can do the same thing with 4 times 5, 4 times 50, 4 times 500, 4 times 5,000. So we're actually going to go ahead and solve these problems too. So I want you to pause the video, whoever may be in here, if you'll pause the video and give them a few minutes to solve these 4 equations. All right, let's check these equations here. 4 times 5 is 20. All right. And so 4 times 50, what I can think of is 4 times 5 equals 20, but we need to make 20 a multiple of 10. or I'm sorry, multiply 20 by 10 because we have a magic 0. And that magic 0 tells me that I need to multiply my product by 10. All right, again, I can think of 4 times 5 is 20. I have 2 magic zeros, so I need to multiply 20 by 10 twice. So if I did 4 times 50, that's 200. Then 4 times 500 would be 2,000. Okay, same thing here. 4 times 5 is 20. Okay, and I can still think, well, 4 times 50 is 200. 4 times 500 is 2,000. 4 times 5,000 is 20,000. Make sure you know what the numbers are and what they represent and the values. Okay? All right, let's keep going here. All right, take a look at this image here. What do you notice? So we have 6,000, and I know you can see it on the screen, but it helps for me to write it, equals 1,000 times 6 times 3 equals 1,000 times 18 equals 18,000. Where did the 1,000 and the 6 come from? It came from the 6,000. So if you would break that 6,000 up into 1,000 times 6, then you're still multiplying by 3. Oh my goodness, it looks like our distributive property. So I can actually use the associative property and move the parentheses and put 1,000 times 6 times 3, but solve 6 times 3 first. This strategy you are doing in your head, or you are already doing, it's just showing it in equations. So then 1,000 times 18, then I get 18,000. So this is just showing you how you're breaking up the initial equation. A lot of times you'll say 6 times 3 is 18, and then you know that you're putting those magic zeros, but this shows the meaning of the magic zeros. There are 3 magic zeros, so I am multiplying that number by 1,000. Just another minute. Okay. All right, let's just do one more together, and then I'm going to send you on. All right, 6 times 500. I'm going to walk you through it, okay? Now, I know most of you can solve this, and a lot of you could probably look at this and solve it in your head, but I want to show you the meaning of the magic zeros here. So what I would do is I would still put my 6 times, but then I would break up that 500 and put 5 times 100. Okay, so instead of keeping the 5 and the 100 together, I'm going to multiply 6 times 5 first. And 6 times 5 is 30, and 30 times 100, 30 times 1 is 30. Then I've got to multiply that by 100. It is 3,000. So you may see in your workbook, and I'm going to look here, where the equations are broken up for you to see the breakdown into place values, into the hundreds, thousands, or even just the tens place. Okay, so what you're going to do is you are going to work on problem set for lesson 2. pages 11 through 13. If you finish those, you can go back to pages 5 through 7. Think about the meaning of multiplication, the meaning of those magic zeros, and how you can use a simple fact to solve more complex fact. I will see you soon.